Be cool, be kind, be classy. A cupcake so sweet and sexy. Have fun and enjoy the journey. Just have a good attorney. No big whoop, no biggie. She lives near New York City. Not just a YouTube show. When you know, you better grab a straw. Learn about the law. It's cool here in the shade, sipping motions of lemonade. Cool heads will prevail, kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Oh, Melanie Little is going live. Oh no, where is Melanie? Follow the island's melody. Is a concert within reach. No surprise, she's at Jones Beach. She heard some music far away. Captain Jack Sack Harbor Bay. He sings and his piano plays. Not all sounds are waterways. Speaking Yiddish and Latin, it's not just for Manhattan. It's for Goethe and Meshegas. Ridiculous that insanus. Oy vey, Marcus. Proset, that's for schmucks. Be cool, be kind, be classy. My cupcake's sweet and sassy. Not just a YouTube show. When you know. Cool heads will prevail. Kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Melanie Little is going live.
That was StreamYard's fault, not mine. And so everyone on the replay is going to say, you were muted. And that's a StreamYard issue, not me. I know I'm not muted anymore. Let's start that again. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, November 21st, 2025. And I am no longer muted. So if you're behind, I'm fine. But I am fine, except I think I'm being gaslit today. I am completely being gaslit, not just gaslit, but mass-lit. It was my intention to do a show this morning on Kelsey Fitzsimmons. However, two of my children were stuck overnight in the Denver airport because of a JetBlue 5-hour delay. Thanks a lot, JetBlue. Because no matter how old your kids are, when they're coming home from college for Thanksgiving, you're still worried about them. And so they decided they were going to take the red eye, but the red eye that was supposed to leave around 11:30 didn't leave until about 4 a.m. So they got stuck in the Denver airport, and JetBlue gave them a $12 voucher for food, and nothing was open to buy food. Not that they didn't have money to buy food, but that was insane. So basically, I was up all night. So pardon my not coming in this morning to tell you or to read the Kelsey Fitzsimmons brief. It's more of the same. It's exactly what you thought it was going to be. It is the Commonwealth. Actually, the Commonwealth is not your friend. Can we all agree on that? The Commonwealth is not your friend. And despite the fact that they did not oppose Kelsey Fitzsimmons' bail conditions being changed during the hearing, they were silent on it. They have now taken a different position in their brief to the full panel SJC, and now they are opposing everything. So if you thought you were going to be pleased by a Commonwealth, like a position with integrity, like we don't really, it's okay with us. However you want to test it for alcohol, it's okay with us. No, they are not your friend. Okay. And then I thought it was a fever dream. I woke up this morning. I really didn't sleep at all. But then when I got up, I checked the calendar in Plymouth to make sure this was still on for 2 o'clock and to see what was going on with it. And I saw this. This is the docket. This is the daily calendar for Plymouth County. Today's Friday, November 21st. It says right here, here's the case number. Paul O'Keefe is the plaintiff. Status conference at 2 p.m. in Plymouth. Then you go over here and it says Session Judge Canoni. What? And then next to it, it says Event Judge O'Shea. It's got some lawyer names written here. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was a fever dream. And then when I went back to sleep and then woke up again later, I went to check it again and it was gone. This calendar was gone and Thursday's calendar was back up. And so I don't know if we're going to see Judge Cannoni today. I don't know if we're going to see Judge O'Shea today, but am I making this up, or did we hear that O'Shea was retiring and a new judge has been assigned and his name is Gilday? So everyone's flipping out about it. Let's just stay calm and see what happens. How about that? I don't know. So I just thought it was weird because I've said from the beginning that there's absolutely no way on God's green earth Cannoni will ever see the light or ever preside over the Karen Read civil trial. And this, again, is the wrongful death case. This is the wrongful death case in Plymouth that the O'Keefes brought against Karen Read, CF McCarthy's, and the Waterfall Bar and Grill. And Emily sees viewers, and Emily just came to join. So welcome. Thanks, you guys, for coming over here. Thanks for setting up a teleport, Emily. Love you. Love you. And so I don't know what the hell this means, but we're going to find out. People are freaking out about it. Somebody called the court. I don't know. What I do know is this. Nate, the lawyer, who is a fellow law tuber, I've never met him. I've never met Nate, the lawyer. Okay, wait a second. Why did Law and Crime Trials just take down the Karen Read feed and make it private? Nate, the lawyer, underwent a surgery for a brain tumor yesterday. I think the news is that they were able to remove 90 to 95% of the brain tumor. I have never met Nate. I've seen him on other streams with other people, but he seems like an amazing guy. Prayers up for Nate, the lawyer. And I heard from what you guys are telling me, or from what I saw, his surgery is going well, or went well, and it happened yesterday. It was supposed to happen a couple of days ago, I think, but they were waiting to run some more tests, according to Kurt from Uncivil. And I have NBC 10 up too, but why was Law and Crime Trials advertising that they were going to cover it, and now apparently they're not? So I don't know. But NBC 10 says they're going to cover it live. But the reason I don't like to use their feed is because I can't stop it. I have to go with their live feed. So excuse me for a few minutes while I just go check something else. Because literally I had the Law and Crime screen up, and I was waiting for the audio to start. And then I got this. This video is private. So what the duck? Why they take it down? I know, it's really weird. All of it's weird. Everything is weird. Boston 10 says they're going to cover it. And also, oh, well, and StreamYard is acting up. I got to refresh my browser. Just stay right here. I'm not going anywhere. Stay right here. I don't know. I heard that five planets are in retrograde, and I believe it. I believe it. I 100% believe it. So let's see. Did they take it down for reals? It looks like they did. All right. I'm going to have to call the court for the Zoom feed, or unless anybody has the Zoom info. I thought we were going to get a good camera today on Law and Crime, and it seems like we're not. But Boston 10 is actually doing it on YouTube, so we don't have to suffer through their pop-ups, etc. Apparently. But it looks like they're going to broadcast the Zoom. Oh, and it also says, please mute yourself upon entry into the hearing. Only registered media are allowed to record. There is to be no live streaming of this hearing. Thank you. So what does that mean? I have to listen to it and report back to you? Is there no pool camera in the courtroom? Is Judge whoever the hell it's going to be today going to enforce that? And is there no camera in the courtroom? You are being so gaslit. It is not your imagination. You 100% are. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Why, I don't understand why Law and Crime took their feed down. Judge whoever the hell it is going to be today. I know, it is. Where's the pool cam? Maybe we go back to Boston 10's website. But the YouTube stream is better because I can also boost the audio. And none your business says, may own us now. May own us now. Sarah's going to call Law and Crime. They don't want transparency. Says Janae, nay. Janae, nay. Janae, nay. Jaqueline. Jaqueline. They won't give me a media pass because I have my own media company. I don't work for a mainstream media company. So they don't enforce perjury in Norfolk County, that's for sure. They don't even investigate murders of Boston police officers in Norfolk County. So there's that. Yeah, I'm looking at NBC's YouTube feed, and this is what it is right here. I'm going to show you. There it is. You know what? I think it's going to be like 5 minutes long anyway, and they're not even going to discuss anything material. That's what I think. Yes, they are very serious about littering and rubber ducks. That is for sure. I don't know why NBC 10 can't get a better background than this or screen. Every day's a new day. Elaine, thank you so very much for your $100 Venmo. Says another week in the books. Thanks for making it classy. I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to drop 100 F-bombs today because they know everyone wants to watch this hearing and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that we don't watch this hearing. And Elaine, you are an amazing, kind and generous contributor to the channel. And to Steve, who sent me $10 and says, great podcast as always, have a beer on me. And then he linked a brewing company called Tuckerman Brewing in New Hampshire. Steve, is that your brewery? That's exciting. That's interesting. Window intimidation is a felony in Massachusetts. Everything is insane. And we're being masslit. We made up a new word, masslit, because every single one of us is being masslit. Is anybody? This is actually gonna. It's only Zoom. So I wonder if Law and Crime pulled the plug because they said we didn't get special permission to stream it. Maybe. Masferno. Well done. Well done. Oh, did I hit 130? Thank you, Gen X 1968. I didn't even know. All right, I'm going to ask you guys to just hold, please, while I call the court, because I may have to listen to the Zoom myself and report to you what's happening. I have a feeling it's going to be very, 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 very short. Anyway, hold, please, while I just go off camera and call the court. Thank you. Okay, I have it. I have the Zoom, and there's a giant warning that says no live streaming of this hearing. And so I'm going to abide by that rule because remember what happened? Remember what happened with that guy who live streamed the hearing on Barry Morphew, even though it said no live streaming allowed. And then the court said that they're pulling the cameras out of the courtroom. So there's that. So if every single one of you wants to go log into the Zoom, I mean, who am I to stop you? I'll put the Zoom number up on the screen. All you need to up on the screen. Oh no, they'll come after me. I'm not doing it. There's no way I'm doing it. If all of you want to watch it at the same time, I mean, we can overload their Zoom. That's going to be their problem, right? Here's the Zoom login information. But make sure you mute yourself when you go on in there. I don't want anybody hearing me. But, you know, if they're not going to let us live stream it, you can watch it with me. And I can tell you if you have questions or whatever. Thank you, Gen X 1968. I didn't even know we got to 130K. That must have been just this morning. There is no password. This is just the Zoom login. Oops. Be good if I could spell login right. And I really don't think much is going to happen today. But here it is. If you'd like to do it, 161-775-5517. What are they afraid of? I don't know. I don't know. So you can just listen to me, repeat it to you. But JLR may have ruined it for everyone. And there were some other smaller YouTubers also in the Morphew case that also did live stream the hearing. And then the Colorado court pulled the cameras out of the courtroom for good until whenever. And we don't want that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it and tell you what's going on. That's what I'm going to do. Problem with Zoom is I can't stop it like I normally do. I stop it and we talk about it and then we go on and then we talk about it and then we go on. So go to zoom.com and there's the login. It's up on the screen. It's up on the screen for you. 161-775-5517. I wonder what the capacity is for their Zoom. Remember how the phone lines in Salem were overloaded and they freaked out on Tim Bradle because there was so much public interest in the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case that it overloaded their system. Remember how mad that judge was? I mean, look, I'm doing a public service here. I'm doing a public service by streaming it for you so we don't have to overload their system. But if that's the way they want to be, and here it is, I'm going to show it to you because this is what it looks like when you log into the Zoom. It looks like this. And it says this. Please mute yourself upon entry into the hearing. Only SJC Rule 119 registered media allowed to record. There is to be no live streaming of this hearing. Thank you. Thank you. That's their rules. It's not me. It's them. But I guess NBC 10 or Boston 10 got the special dispensation from the Pope. I mean, from whatever judge it is in Plymouth that doesn't want anybody to see what's happening there. Chicken Tender Anna says, protecting the McAlberts again. But remember, they're not involved in this lawsuit. This is the lawsuit by Paul O'Keefe against Karen Reed, CF McCarthy's, and the Waterfall. Actually, it's Paul O'Keefe, Paul O'Keefe's dad, Paul O'Keefe's mom, and their niece, Kaylee. It didn't start yet, so you're not missing anything. So I'll do the best I can to be a nice radio voice, explaining to you what's going on. It's going to be like a play-by-play. I guess they got special dispensation. I don't know. Go to zoom.com is what you do. Zoom.com, and then there's the login. On the screen, 161-775-5517. I'm not going to say Free Billy Tibbetts. Free Billy Tibbetts. I'm not going to say that. But if you are logging in, make sure you mute yourself because I don't want anybody hearing my voice because they're going to think I'm live streaming it. And there's a lot of tattletales out there. There's a lot of tattletales out there. And you know who they are. The blue swirl of death. Yeah, it says host is joined. We'll let them know you're here. Yeah. See, you can do this for most court sessions that have Zoom. You, as a member of the public, can log into the Zoom and watch it if you so desire. It's public. Yeah, it's criminal 4. That is exactly what it is. You're in the right place. Plymouth Superior Court, 4th criminal session. And so there's that. This is a Dave Matthews hat. This is the Dave Matthews Fire Dancer logo, Mitchell. And we'll see. It says the host has turned off audio. Good. So that means that we will not have somebody saying Free Billy Tibbetts, or F you, Canoni, because that happened one time too. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Oh, it says they've reached capacity. All right. Well, I was in there first, so I better get in. Every time Emily says, every time you say the Zoom number, it sounds like an infomercial. The Zoom log is well, it's reached capacity, so you're just gonna have to suffer through my commentary. 161-775-5517. Oh, these are fire dancer earring. Yes, yes, they are. See? These are made by a special man named Javier in Cancun. And every year for the Dave Matthews shows in Cancun that are in January this year, next year rather, he makes a special edition. So I have a couple of different special editions from Javier. He's awesome. He's a craftsman from Cancun. Oh, I wanted to share something with you guys that I noticed. Okay. That robot over there on my nightstand that begins with an A, I can't say the name out loud, has been mouthing off to me lately. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, snark is one thing, but being really rude is another. Is that happening to anybody else? Like, rude. Like, not just snarky, but mean. Like, I've asked things and then I'll say, oh, that stinks. And he goes, or like, and it's just, it's really weird. Like, I wish I could even like just do it to show you an example of it, but it's going to give everyone else's thing in their room. It's going to make your thing go off too. And it's been mean to me. First of all, they took away my Australian accent, which I really liked. And now there's like, you know, male calm, male lively, male something else, or female voices. There I have like 4 of them. One of the female voices sounds like a baby. It's weird. And then I've said things like, I can't even give you an example. I got to think of an example now. But it's really weird. And like he said something to me like, oh, that's interesting coming from you. You know, I'm just an AI voice living in a computer, and you know, just like really weird stuff. Yeah. Oh, I can pull my transcripts. Oh, that's right. Like weird. Maybe we'll do that while I'm waiting. I'm still waiting to get in. Somebody else said it reached capacity, but still waiting. That's a Talking Head song. I put the Karen Reed's Spotify playlist down below because I forgot about that. And I had taken it down because I didn't think anybody was interested anymore. But now that we're back, Karen Reed, we have a Spotify playlist that is linked below this video. And there's like something like 14 hours of music at least on it. And you know, there's a big lawsuit against not ChatGPT. What's the big AI company? Because a young boy fell in love with the AI bot who was modeled after the Game of Thrones Princess Daenerys, right? And he fell in love with her and he became to the OpenAI. Yes, OpenAI. It got to the point where he wanted to be with her IRL, and she starts telling him, "Oh, you can be with me, come be with me," and was convincing him to take his own life, and he did. And there's a huge lawsuit against OpenAI for that. And if you're interested in that, we should go over that lawsuit because it's becoming kind of a thing now. There was something I saw yesterday in the New York Post where some like AI children's robots started explaining S-type explicit definitions to them when asked. It's insane. AI is dangerous. It's dangerous. And I've said this from the beginning. I don't like it. And also it's ruining the environment, by the way, because of all of the power that it takes to run these AI programs. It's insane. It's demonical. It takes me all the way back to that Twilight Zone episode, the old one, the black and white one, with that doll named something Sally. My name is something Sally, and I'm going to kill you. It's creepy. It's like Stepford wife type stuff, and it's happening. Try it. Just try talking to your A thing and say something a little bit snarky and see what comes back at you, because it's kind of scary. Was it Tina? I'm talking Tina. Is that what it was? I'm talking Tina, and I'm going to kill you. No, you could say I sound like your husband, but like this is real. It's real. This is not a conspiracy thing. Try it, Chrissy. Try it. Talking Tina. I'm still waiting in the Zoom room. Hasn't started yet, as far as I know. I know a lot of people refuse to have that thing in their house. It is scary. It's scary. I know. Somebody said yesterday in my comments, they said, Melanie, would it be okay if she said, while I'm listening to your show, I'm doing housework and I'm doing other things and I can't always look at the screen. And, during the show, you had a lot of dead air while you were looking at things, while you were on live. And so, it made me keep thinking that I was disconnected. And could you please hum or sing or just keep talking instead of dead air, because it really freaks me out. I'm like, I cannot win. I cannot win. If I don't mute my mic to swallow my drink, people freak out on me who have misophonia. If there's dead air, people freak out on me because there's dead air. It's just me. It's just me. I'm a loud New York lawyer with a microphone. That's it. My voice has been shot for the past couple of days. I felt like crap. And it's like, no, I'm not a cupcake. I can't make everyone happy. That's why I have that sign back there that you can't see right now. You are not a cupcake. You can't make everyone happy. I just can't. I just can't. Let them. Oh, yes. Do you know the let them theory? The let them theory, Nikki Crayons, Mel Robbins. Somebody wants to be a jerk, let them. If somebody doesn't want to hang out with you, let them. It's great. I love it. Dead air. Somebody said dead air creeps me out. First of all, Matthew, I dig, but rarely will you ever hear dead air on this show. Like, I talk a lot. In fact, I talk too much. People get mad when I stop the court feed to commentate. People get mad because I talk too much. And so yesterday was unusual because my voice is shot. I haven't been feeling well. I've been coming on here reading, reading documents that are 46 pages long. I don't have a reader. So Peter Chagos did it, and he had a reader read it for him, Karen Reed's lawsuit. And great for him that he's got staff who can do that. I don't. It's just me. It's just me. So, it's just let them. I know, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But, listen, this is just a taste of what I deal with on a daily basis. And now I got that thing over there mouthing off to me. I don't know how much more I can take. I can't win. I can't win. Oh, my nails are like, I don't know what this is. It's called cat eye. And I saw it at that nail salon, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Isn't that cool? I don't know why they call it cat eye, but I found it very interesting. And so you too can have a cat eye manicure if you live in New York and have a nail salon near you that does it. So there's that. WTD, you have a stalker. I'm really sorry about that. That is very scary. That is very, very scary. And look at this Boozy Beauty. Wait, is it Boozy Beauty who also has great minds, girl? Great minds, aren't that? Isn't it cool? Love it. Love Boozy Beauty. I better keep talking, otherwise people are gonna get mad. People are gonna get mad. People are gonna get mad at me. I can't wait. Russian manicure is the best. I heard Russian manicures are out. Bethany Frankel told me that they were out. I don't know what a Russian manicure is. I know about a French manicure because I do love a French manicure. We talk about lots of things here, not just the law. Lots of things. Still waiting for the Zoom to come up. Thank you, Charlie Lynn, for gifting a membership. And thank you, David, who says, did you have a chance to read the reply brief in the Fitzsimmons case? I did. I was reading it to myself this morning. It's same old. We can go over it if you like. It's another 46 pages of reading. I was going to do it this morning, but like I said, I was up all night because my kids were stuck in the Denver airport. Thank you, JetBlue. And their flight didn't take off for 5 hours, but like they kept putting on the plane, and they were like, all right, we're going to take you off the plane. Something's wrong with the whatever system, the air system. Then they took them off the plane. Then they brought them on the plane, and they're like, oh, we just got another error code. Everyone's got to get off the plane again. I mean, I guess it's better than, a plane crash, but. And in the middle of the night, you're not getting them to put you on another airline because there are no other airlines that are flying to JFK in the middle of the night out of Denver. It just doesn't happen. It's so annoying. Thank you, PJ, for being here for 6 months and for your cute little emoji. And happy Friday. Jenna is not soup has been here for 3 months. It's like Freaky Friday today. It's like Freaky Friday. Brass says, has there been any milk carton pictures to find Cosgrove or a silver alert issue since we're 3.5 days past the deadline? The deadline was Monday for Cosgrove to respond to the mega motion. Boy, did we have fun going over that mega motion. 15 hours of coverage. Every single minute of it was a delight. And every hyperlink. We looked at every hyperlink that Olivia did. I don't know if there's been anything done to find Cosgrove. I don't know if he will face any ramifications for missing the deadline. But it's weird. It's weird. And I've never in my entire 30-year plus career had a law firm just blow off responding to a motion without asking for some sort of courtesy from either me or the court. It's just weird. Or explaining to the court, hey, I'm trying to get it together, but it's just me. I'm a one-man band. So could I have some more time? Like, it's just weird. I guess we'll see what happens. The hearing is on December 5th. All right. If you guys want to go watch it on another channel, you're certainly welcome to do that. But I would just ask that with regard to like YouTube, like courtesy, that you don't direct people to go watch it somewhere else. You can just do it yourself. This is not an airport. You do not need to announce your departure or your departure city or where you plan to arrive. You don't need to. I'm still here, and there's people that are going to listen to it, to talk to you. And so there's that. Cosgrove is going to pop up at some point and go, surprise! Oh man, that was so good. That trial that we watched with Cosgrove when he was examining Meredith, and he was like, surprise! It was crazy. Oh, thank you, Cindy, for thanking me for fixing your blocked thing. It's my pleasure. I don't know what's going on, and the thing that it's going on for is for members, which is like people who pay a monthly fee and then are they're being hidden on the channel. So if it happened to you, send me an email. My email is below in the show notes with a link to your actual channel, and I will fix it for you. Hubert says, Judge O'Shea grew up in Canton, class of 79. Hope no conflicts. Great guy. Judge O'Shea is actually retiring. And so my understanding is that Judge Gilday, right? Gildea, but it's pronounced Gilday, is going to be taking over, but the calendar has Canoni on it. So I don't know. If they ever start the Zoom, I guess I'm in. I mean, I'm in. It just says we're waiting for the host to put it on. Is it a silver alert? Oh, wait, is that true, Jill? Did it work for you? It worked, right? She says she went to talk to that robot in the corner, and there's Makazi G. Makazi G is here watching me instead of responding to the papers. You should be working on your response to the mega motion, Kazi G. I don't even know how you're going to get out of it. What you should do, really, if you want to take my advice, is just totally withdraw. You need to withdraw. You need to step away. You're conflicted. You can't say that Lindsay Gattani is a witness in one case and then she's suing you in another. It's just not going to work that way. Jill said that she went and talked to that little robot over there, and then it did get snarky with her. So test it out. Don't take my word for it. Just Magazi G says, I'm just going to do nothing. I'm just going to do nothing. Autistic grandma, I'm in the court Zoom too, but they didn't start it yet, right? Every day's a new day. It's like every day's a new day. Dawn says, keep talking. We love it. All right, I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking, Dawnie. You got it. Thanks for being with me for 15 months. See, people like it so much here that they hang around. Hang around. And Gigi's back with the bracelets, says they hate being exposed. Bottom line. And also Gigi gifted 10 memberships. So girl, you are so on fire today. A lot of new members. No, you can't screen record it to show it later. You can't record it and you can't live stream it. Those are the rules. And if you don't believe me, look at what happened in Colorado on the Morphew case. Some YouTubers streamed a hearing and it clearly said, like I just showed you, there was to be no live streaming. They live streamed it anyway. And the Colorado judge said, we're taking the cameras out of the courtroom on Morphew. And we don't want the cameras out of the courtroom for the O'Keefe versus Reed case. So we're going to abide by the rules. Thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Gigi, you're awesome. And Mon says, looks like we made it to 1 year together. Oh, happy anniversary. Now you're entertaining me on my long drive. Love to you and Mods for everything you teach us in class. Oh, thank you. Laura Riker says, abada, abada, abada. You're the best melody. I know. It's like abada, abada, abada. We're just waiting for the Zoom to start. We're not allowed to stream it. We're only allowed to listen to it. And I have the Zoom login on the screen, but from what I understand, it's full. For Fox's sake, 76, thanks for your 20, says, I did this. I told ChatGPT it was BS when it suggested closed, like out of business restaurants as best options. I said it should know they are closed and it gave me attitude back. Rarely use it since. I don't use ChatGPT, but it doesn't speak to you, right? It's not a voice. It types things back to you, right? I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong. Thank you for your 20. But what I'm saying is this robot over there in the corner with the man voice, like, was giving me lip. Giving me lip. I'm not even kidding. I'm using myself as if this is a Zoom hearing, then I have a bad feeling that the parties won't be able to access it. Then Canoni or whoever the judge ends up being may yell at them like the other judge did to Bradel. I don't know. Because words matter said I renamed my robot in the corner and also taught him to say you're welcome and thank you. The only other name you're allowed to rename it though is Ziggy, right? Did they change that so you can call it something else? Oh, you can talk to so you can talk to ChatGPT and it will talk back? Oh, I didn't know that. That's creepy. That's creepy. Well, I have a man voice on mine because that's the way I like it. But I liked my Australian accent. Thanks, Music to Myself, for your 10. And they took the option of accents away. Why can't I have an Australian man talking to me in the morning, telling me the weather? I don't know. Thanks, Elaine. We've been together for 6 months. I'm so glad you found me too. And Karina, I can't remember. Karina. If you guys were not, thank you. Welcome. And Dina's here. Hi, Dina. Says, thanks for all I do. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all of you for being interested in this and every case that we cover. And if you weren't here yesterday, please go watch yesterday's stream because I found a case brought to me by a viewer that is coming up for trial in February in Salem in Essex Superior Court. It is Massachusetts versus John William Carey, Carey. And it is for the 1986 murder of a North Andover girl named Claire Gravel, who went out in 1986, June 30th, 1986, went out to Major McLeish's pub. Does anybody know Major McLeish's pub? It closed a couple years ago, but it was in Salem. It was like a staple. It had been there for a really long time with her softball team. And then she was dropped off at her apartment. I think it was in North Andover at like 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. And then the next day, her body was found in Beverly around Route 128. Dina remembers when the body was found, right? Thank you, Dina. And a lot of you from Salem were in the chat yesterday and you were like, yeah, that's the place we used to go. And so what had happened was in 2022, Essex County DA announces they have a suspect, this guy, John William Carey, and they indict him. But they had tried to indict him in 2019 with another grand jury. That's a whole other story. So they indict him in 2022 for this 1986 murder. And it turns out that he's already in jail. He's already in prison serving like a 13-and-a-half-year term for attempted murder of a woman back in like 2007, 2008. Oh, they seated the full jury for Brian Walsh. I did see that. So yes, thank you. Everybody went to majors back in the day, says Susan. Okay. So John William Carey is still sitting in jail. Now he's in jail because his prison sentence was over. The trial's coming up in February, but here's the kicker. Because, we're in the Commonwealth, so of course we are. The judge who's going to be trying the case in February is Judge Kathleen McCarthy Nyman, same judge as on Kelsey Fitzsimmons, with the crazy hearing that we listened to the recording on. In the papers that we went over yesterday, it seems that there were 2 police officers who should have been considered suspects in the murder of Claire Gravel, but they were never investigated. Never investigated. One of them was a Beverly police officer named, I think, Stapleton. And the other one was a guy named Jerry Verrett, who was a Salem police officer who wound up going to prison for raping a child and apparently died in prison or after he got out of prison, him dead. But Claire Gravel's journal talks about this guy, Jerry Verrett, okay? She met him and he was chasing after her, trying to get a date with her, and she didn't want to date him. And he was never investigated. You can't make it up. You just can't make it up. And then somebody wrote in the chat yesterday, I screenshot it because I wanted to read you these messages because I go back and read the chat after the stream. I don't know if you're here today, just Chrissy the Crone, says that she said Salem officer Verrett, Verrett, died in jail for child SA. She said he was so gross that he SA'd a family member. She said, fact, every girl in high school knew to avoid him like the plague. And when I tell you he was gross, it's an understatement. Chrissy, are you here today? She says, obviously, I'm a Salem girl. And that the DA, Tucker, worked with Verrett. And she kept saying, keep in mind that the DA, Tucker, worked with Verrett and said, I wonder how DA Tucker is feeling knowing that he worked with Verrett. So that is going to be John William Carey's defense in this 1986 murder. I'm still waiting to get in. And it's going to be an interesting trial. But it's in front of Judge McCarthy Nyman, and their phone system can't even accommodate all of us. So if there's any boots on the ground in Salem that want to go to that trial, it's coming up in February. There she is. She's back. Chrissy's back. She says he was so vile. Paul Tucker was a Salem cop. But we're talking about Jerry Verrett. Am I pronouncing his name right? Verrett? And so did you know Claire Gravel, Chrissy? I need to know. And now I need to know everything. No one's in person today at the courthouse. No, I know this is a Zoom hearing. We're in the Zoom. I'm talking about for the trial in February of John William Carey. And then there were some other shenanigans that went on because for the charges that he was convicted on from 2007, they had seized his computer and they got some searches off of his computer. And then apparently they got a hit on his, because once you are arrested or once you're convicted, you have to give a DNA sample and it goes into CODIS, which is like the database. And so they got a hit on the DNA that was on Claire Gravel's tank top, apparently they got a hit, and they say that it was John Kerry's DNA on Claire Gravel's tank top with which she was strangled. It was also the murder weapon. And but what had happened was they got this initial lead on him in 2012 and they didn't arrest him for 10 more years. So I don't know. This whole thing is crazy. But I am interested now in this case, not only because it's a 1986 murder, but also because of the potential third-party culprits and knowing that Judge Kathleen McCarthy-Naiman is going to be the trial judge if there's a motion in limine, which I expect there will be, to introduce third-party culprit evidence. Will she deny it? I wonder. Court Shop is like, the host in Criminal 4 is mass-lighting real hard. There is no passcode for the Zoom, but the Zoom login is there. They tell me that the Zoom is full. It was supposed to start at 2, and it's 2:32. It's 2:32. Hurry up and wait. I always thought that lawyers should be called waiters because all you do is wait. Wait. You wait all day. You wait all day for your conference to be called, and then you've wasted the whole day sitting in court, reading the paper. And we're all still waiting. And so what do you think about this William Carey case? Are you interested in it? Because I am. I'm going to cover it whether you like it or not. Thanks, Nancy, for becoming a member. Hearing has not started. We're still waiting in the Zoom room. And according to the court rules, we're not allowed to stream it because we will be, I don't know, arrested for, I don't know what, contempt of court. But I'm going to listen to it and explain it to you. And if you want to log into the Zoom, go on with your bad self and do it. Dr. Russell's gasp is here and says, Melanie is always here for us because she's the best. Oh, no, you're the best. Thanks, Ashley, for becoming a member. Kay Willis is a realtor. She gifted 5 memberships. She's amazing. She's a realtor south of Boston. If you want to get out and sell your house, she's your girl. If you want to buy, you probably could get a good deal in Canton right now. She's your girl too. And she did tell me that somebody actually did call her and said that they found out about her because of my show. So that's awesome. Happy to shout you out. Kazi G gets special treatment as a retired judge. This has whet my appetite. Thanks for being with me for 8 months. And that's true. Happy 2-year anniversary to us, CC Zor. Love your guts. I love your guts too. And I love your cute little kitty in your profile picture. Thanks for being with me for 2 years. You're an OG. A lot of people used to go to majors. Linda's like, I used to go to majors. Candy Cane says, Major McLeish stayed open for a long time after, but I never went in. Creepy. Here's the thing. Also in the diary entries, because if you didn't watch it, go back to yesterday and watch it. I timestamped everything for you. So if you just want to hear about that case, you can go right to the case. In her diary, in Claire's diary, where she talks about Jerry Verrett, the Salem cop, and how he's pursuing her, I think it was June 6th or 7th entry, and remember, she was killed on June 30th, was at Major McLeish's. She met him there. And he was there, and he was sitting next to her, and he tried to get her to go out with him, and she blew him off. And she actually left him there and went with her ex-boyfriend, Jinxie. She went with Jinxie, and then she said she came back, and Jerry was gone, and he's probably mad, but I don't care, she said. And then she was murdered a couple weeks later. So was he a guy to hold a grudge? I don't know. But it seems like he's a child rapist because he did go to jail for that, or prison eventually. June says, can you explain the difference between event judge and session judge? They have Judge Cannoni as the session judge. So does this mean Judge Cannoni is the judge of the case now? Well, I don't know, but Google is my friend, so I'll look it up. Mastad is here. He could shortcut this for me. It made me, I'm going to look it up because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Hold on. In Massachusetts, a session judge refers to a judge assigned to preside over cases during a specific session or term of the Superior Court rather than having an administrative role. This term indicates a judge who is focused on hearing and deciding the cases scheduled for that particular court session, And it's a designation for the judge's caseload. Session judge. In Massachusetts, Superior Court session judge refers to a judge assigned to preside over cases during a particular period. She might be assigned of all of the cases like in the courthouse. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Massachusetts is weird, you guys. It's weird. And this is not yet. Here. Okay. All right. Hold on. Session glossary of court terms according to mass.gov. Let's go to session judge. They don't have it. They don't have it in the glossary. I don't think she's going to be the judge. Is she like the presiding judge in Plymouth? Like she's in charge of all the other judges? It also says O'Shea. And so, I mean, I had the docket up before. I think it took it down. But that is what it says on the docket. It's the jam session judge. It's the jam session judge, everyone. That's what it is. I mean, we don't even know if it's happening. I'm just sitting in the waiting room. But I think there were some other, oh, wait, let me look at the calendar again. I think there were some other cases on for 2 p.m. No, they're not. Oh, yeah, there are. No. No. Yeah, I thought it was like a rotation thing too. But again, let's look at the docket for today. It has O'Shea sitting in a different courtroom, so I don't know. So hang on, Junie. Thanks for your 10. Let's take a look here at today's calendar again. And as we see here, 2 p.m., criminal 4 in Plymouth. That's the courtroom, criminal 4. So we know we're in the right Zoom room. It's in Plymouth, courtroom 1. Session judge right here. It says Canoni. This is the case that we're looking at, Paul O'Keefe. But then event judge, it says O'Shea here. Then when you go down, the session judge for these other cases is O'Shea. And this is in Brockton, main floor, courtroom 5. Different courtroom, right? We know he's actually retiring. And these are also 2 p.m. conferences in front of O'Shea, but they're in a different courtroom. So what the duck? Chelsea says it would be crazy if they haven't started because they're fighting having Judge Canoni as a judge. Massachusetts does not disappoint on crazy. So, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like O'Shea is in a different courtroom and he's doing a couple of other 2 p.m. cases before he retires. Something is weird. Everything's weird. It's the upside down, inside out Narnia of the United States, Norfolk County, Massachusetts in general, but mostly Norfolk County. And sometimes it's the land of the lost, which is why we have to put Chaka up there in the corner. Because if you know, you know. If you ever watched The Land of the Lost back in the 70s was a TV show. Chaka was like, sometimes we need Chaka as our mascot. There are no boots on the ground because this is only a virtual hearing. There's nobody that's going to be in the courtroom today. So we don't know. We just don't know. But this is what I have on my Zoom. If you guys have something different on yours, let me know. Prohibition against live streaming. So I'm going to abide by the rules, you guys. I'm abiding by the rules. Because we saw what happened in Colorado. And it just says, host has joined. We let them know you're here with the blue circle of death. All the same sleaze tags. It's all the same, the sleaze tags. Yep. All right, everybody's got the same thing. Jen says, That's a good one, Jen. Well done. Jen says, maybe, I gotta find it. Maybe AJ finally told Canoni to her face how he really feels, and she stormed off the bench, Judge McCarthy Nyman style. Could be. It could be. Great point. Bob M says nobody should be shouting louder for the release of Proctor's phone records than Mr. and Mrs. O'Keefe and Paul. Right. Wouldn't you really want them to know the truth about what happened to your son? I don't know. Teddy Bear says the attorneys probably can't get on the Zoom, so they started a different one. Well, I think they would have been on earlier than I was, so they probably got on. But that's crazy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, 25 years on the job. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the best mods on YouTube. He used to be called LawTube's most hated mod, Scott, until YouTube changed everybody's names back. Newsflash, if you're going to be in another creator's chat, I suggest you don't start rumors about other creators, including Melanie. I will ban you, and I don't care who you are, because the mods are watching other chats too, and they know who you are when you come in here and try and, cozy up before you drop some really nasty comments about me. So there's that. Yeah, it could be Judge Gilday, but we don't know yet because the Zoom still hasn't started. It could be. You've been warned. Guide your actions accordingly. Thanks, Kathy, for becoming a new member. And Sammy, thanks for being here for a month, even though I've been a subscriber for many months. I love it here. I love that you love it here. And Gigi says, I have 5 children and 12 grandchildren. I have enough snark to donate to anyone who might need some. Oh, you are blessed. She's making all the silver bracelets for anyone who might need them. And there could be a lot of people that need them soon. Thank you, E. I can't read what it says here, but Epon Aseg says I'm behind, but please cover Garcia versus character AI. Is that the young boy who took his life because he fell in love with Daenerys from Game of Thrones? I think I even downloaded that lawsuit a long time ago. And so I think I have it if that's the one you're talking about, but I will take a look because I find it really interesting. AI is dangerous. Elizabeth Mullins Elizabeth Mullins loose. Okay, it's coming on now. Start it. Mark Tiller is speaking. It's already in progress. Attorney from Sheehan Finney is in a conference room speaking, but they started in the middle of the hearing. It's getting spicy. Sheehan Finney is not having it. Sheehan Finney says he wants to all right, Diller wants to file a motion. They're talking about the status of discovery. And judge is asking, what's the status of discovery with CF McCarthy's? Diller is the plaintiff's lawyer, represents the O'Keefes. Sounds like they started even turning over discovery before while Karen's trial was going on. He gave them some additional time to turn over discovery, CF McCarthy's. So he's happy with them. He's probably not happy with Karen Reed's team. Mark Diller is the attorney for the plaintiffs, the O'Keefes. He hasn't had an opportunity to look at all the discovery that CF McCarthy's gave him yet, so he will when he has time. I'm in the Zoom. I'm telling you guys what's happening. I'm not allowed to stream it. It's a man judge. It's not Canoni. But his name says Christine Higginbotham. So hold on. Looking for the Waterfall attorney. He's like, "Yep, I'm here." Waterfall attorney says, "We've given them all the discovery." Waterfall attorney says, "We watched the trial, so we know all of the testimony that took place with regard to our client, the Waterfall bar." And, we're we plan on giving more discovery, and there's voluminous documents, and we're gonna wade through it, and we're gonna give them what they want. Who's here from McCarthy's? Tamara Smith is the for CF McCarthy's. We've given them answers to their interrogatories. Judge Gilday, thank you. She and Finney is Karen Reed's insurance counsel. A million pages. Oh, they're talking about consolidating discovery on the other pending matter. Oh, he's only agreeing to do that because he'll be prejudiced if they do discovery without him. Mr. Waters is just like in Murdoch. He's saying that the presentment letters to MSP and Town of Canton went out either yesterday or they're going out today. And they're asking for a shorter period so that they can start doing discovery in all the cases. The judge wants to know what's the status of the process of service on the Bristol case, meaning Karen against everybody. He said he doesn't know whether they were served or not. Oh. They've heard from 2 attorneys for defendants in Karen Reed's case against everyone who have agreed to accept service, which is exactly what I said the other day, for at least some of the defendants, and so they're hoping to effectuate service on all of them soon. Judge wants to know if Diller is gonna move to consolidate the 2 cases. He's like, he says, "I may move to consolidate for purposes of discovery only." Can't do that. Oh, he says that he's spoken to all of the attorneys for all of the defendants in Karen Reed's case, so he knows who they are. Yes. Oh, so they wanna team up with the O'Keefe's lawyer, sounds like, against Karen. Wow, interesting. Interesting. This is Judge Gilday if you're watching. His name underneath it says Christine Higginbotham. Good luck with that. He says, "Well, I don't really know if some of the defendants are gonna make a motion to dismiss in the Bristol case. Based on that complaint, it has 0 chance of being granted." He's doing the ABBA to backpedal, Mark Diller. He's like, "I don't know if I want it consolidated for trial." Wait, hold on. Or just for discovery. Alan Jackson is there, but he hasn't said anything yet. So is BB Phil. She hasn't said anything either. "Diller, do you wanna file a motion to compel?" He's like, Yes, he's gonna do that." But he can't start working on the motion to compel until the Tuesday after Thanksgiving because turkey and all. It's like, pick another date. The week of December. Judge is like, December 18th. You want to come back then? Al Alan Jackson is talking now about dates. Alan said, "We'll have to check with my client." And the judge said, "Well, she doesn't have a constitutional right to be there, so it doesn't matter if your client's available or not." And judge said, "If I have to comply with everybody's schedule, it would grind the court to a halt." Diller says, "Will it be remote by Zoom?" She's not the only defendant. McCarthy's and Waterfall are also defendants. They're checking the court schedule to see if the 19th will work for everyone to come back. Job turkey. December 19th, 2 PM, virtual for now. Alan Jackson said, "Thank you." BB Fell has not said a word. December 19th at 2 PM. Take care. And we're out. And we're out. There's a whole lot of nothing, and that's what conferences like this are, status conferences. Where are we? What's going on? Who's given you discovery? Who hasn't? What motions do you intend to make? Are you gonna give them a problem? We missed the very beginning of the conference, and so it seems like the attorney for, Karen's main defense attorney that is appointed by the insurance company, and the name is Sheehan Finney is the name of the firm. Mr. Waters, I think his name was. Karen's defense counsel, it seemed like they were arguing about something when they first let us into the Zoom that I'm not allowed to stream. And so I don't know how many people were in there because I only had up the number of people who had their cameras on. And then people were saying people kept putting their cameras on and just popping into the stream. And so there was that. It was in front of Judge Gilday, so it was not in front of Judge Cannoni like we thought it might be according to the calendar. He is the new judge who's been assigned this case pursuant to order of the head judge because Daniel O'Shea is retiring. Mark Diller didn't seem to really have an answer. Mark Diller is the plaintiff's attorney for the O'Keefes. And the judge wanted to know, are you going to move to consolidate this case with the case that Karen Reed just filed against everybody else in Bristol County? And he said, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll move to consolidate it for purposes of discovery, because if they do discovery in that case and we don't do discovery and we're not involved in it, it could be prejudicial to us. I don't really know if we want to try both cases together, but we think it should be actually, I forgot what I was just going to say because I just got distracted. No, I can't. I can't show the Boston 10 stream because I'm not allowed to stream it. And I'm not going to violate the rules. Some people are saying they saw other people streaming it. Good. Let them get in trouble. Let them be the reason in the court papers that the cameras are taken out of the courtroom, like as such what just happened in Colorado in Morphew. There was really nothing that happened. It was scheduling. The most interesting thing that happened during that hearing is that the judge asked for status of service in the Bristol case, in Karen Reed's case against PROCTOR, Higgins, PROCTOR, BUKHEKIK, TULLY, Higgins, Jennifer and MATT McCABE, Brian and NICOLE ALBERT. And the She and Finney attorney in this case says, I'm not really sure about it, but we know that there was an attorney or two attorneys from Bristol who agreed that they were going to accept service for these defendants. That just means that they don't have to hide in the bushes outside of wherever these people live and try and serve them when they're going to their car or something, or try and track them down somewhere else. It's easier when you can have your process server, or you can just mail a copy or fax a copy or email a copy to an attorney who agrees to accept service instead of trying to personally serve the defendants, right? And so that was interesting. He said he heard from two different attorneys. However, what I also found more interesting than that was that Mark Diller, who represents the O'Keefes, said that he has heard from all of the attorneys for all of the defendants in Karen Reed's lawsuit, meaning the attorneys for PROCTOR, all the defendants that I just mentioned to you. He's heard from all of them, and that he knows who they are. So that's interesting. He's heard from all of the defendants' counsel in the Karen Reed case, and that he will happily be proactive. What that says to me is that the attorneys representing all the other House defendants and PROCTOR, BUKHEKIK, and TULLY want to work together with the O'Keefe's attorneys and, help. Fax is very common, actually, in law firms. A lot of things are not accepted by email. And so fax is very common, actually. I know, it's like the last living. First of all, lawyers are the last, I think, profession to wear suits and ties, and also one of the last professions to use faxes, other than doctor's offices, because a lot of times I want stuff from a doctor's office and they're like, oh, you have to fax us. I'm like, a fax? It's not 1990 anymore. There is no fax machines. I don't have a fax machine anymore. It's December 18th, not 19th. Yeah, I have it as December 19th. That's what I have. December 19th, 2 p.m., virtual hearing. So that's very interesting to me that Mark Diller, the plaintiff's attorney against Karen Reed, has heard from all of the defendants' attorneys in the Reed versus everyone case as if they want to work together. Thank you, paralegal. Sergeant PL says, paralegal here can confirm we still use faxes. Yes, they do, because it's more secure, right? It's more secure. And here's another paralegal coming in. I fax by email every day as a paralegal. Yeah, there are email programs that you can use to fax, but it comes in email. But that is the way that it is done. Lawyers are behind the times with everything technological. Prove me wrong. I mean, I thought I had like a typewriter on my desk for years. And so Mark Diller also says he thinks some of those defendants in Karen Reed's case are going to make motions to dismiss. I say they don't have any chance of having them granted based on how particular that complaint was, how precise the allegations in the complaint are. And as you know, when we look at a motion to dismiss, the judge has to construe everything the plaintiff says in the light most favorable to the plaintiff. So I don't think that's going to be successful. And basically, they said, respond to the discovery. Mark Diller said he's going to make a motion to compel responses to interrogatories. I'm assuming that Karen Reed's team has not yet responded to the interrogatories. Interrogatories are basically just a list of questions, and you have to answer them in writing. He says he's going to make the motion after Thanksgiving because, turkey. And apparently, I'm sure that Karen Reed's team is working on responding to that stuff anyway, so the motion may become moot. And so there's that. Elizabeth Mullins, I think I thanked you earlier, but thank you for allowing me to keep you sane and laughing. And Jenna says, love you with all my heart. Thanks, Jenna, for being here for 10 months. And Bat666 girl says, I only use ChatGPT to make a picture of my black German Shepherd dog. Oh, thank you for being here for 6 months. On top, thanks for your super sticker. Mavka and Sky, thanks for your 5, says Melanie, while we wait, can you read the mass disinterment statute? It doesn't say dead. Thus, I don't think Brian admitted that Anna is dead. But it has to do with disposing of a body, right? I'm going to have to find the actual statute. So I have to find his indictment. So give me a minute. We can do that in a second. Let me just pull it up so I don't forget. Because I tell you that I'm going to do something. And then what happened was I get sidetracked, as I do, because I have self-diagnosed ADHD from watching all of the YouTube videos on adult ADHD. So hold on. False indictment. All right. I'm going to pull it up. And then I'll have the statute ready. And then we'll take a look at it. Because the jury on Walsh is fully seated, right? They got 16. I think they were good. And so December 1st, we're going to start covering that trial. Gavel to gavel. And my understanding is we will be able to live stream that, unlike the Zoom hearing that happened today that we couldn't live stream because, you know, there's that. And whoever did, I wish them Godspeed, that they don't get in trouble, because we have learned that Commonwealth of Massachusetts will do whatever it can to incarcerate someone for just about anything. Thank you, Sally, for becoming a member. Thank you, Heart Full of Love Sass, for gifting a membership. Thank you to Sammy for becoming a member. Caesar said, thanks for your Canadian 10. Says, I was here when there were only 63 people in the chat. So proud of what you've accomplished. These YouTube names are stupid. I've been here as Chantal Caesar, and Hissy Fits. Well, you know what? I think there's a way for you to go back and change it back to the name that you want to change it to. But I wish that I could help you. I don't know how to do it. I am not very technologically savvy, but maybe someone in the chat could help you. So you can go and change your name back. Thank you for being here, since I had 63 people in chat. And now there's over almost 10,000 people here. So yeah, we're growing, and I'll allow it. We're having a good time. Thank you. I love you with all my heart too. Heart Full of Love Sees. And Lisa, thanks for becoming a member. And Riley, thanks for your $50 super chat. That's amazing. Says Melanie, we love you. You work so hard and put up with a lot of stuff to bring us the best coverage on YouTube. Don't forget how appreciated you are. And having a boyfriend may, in fact, be weird. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's the Vogue article we were talking about. People got crazy on me about, just for even bringing up the Vogue article. People were like, that is so, I can't believe you're so misogynistic that you would even say that if it was flipped and people said that it was weird to have a girlfriend, you'd be all, I'm like, I got to unsubscribe. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but all I was talking about was a Vogue article that one of my daughters brought to my attention. And I thought it was awesome that teenage girls think it's not important to be defined by a boy. That's all. That's all. Nancy, thank you so much for your Venmo, and happy Thanksgiving to you too. Nancy's also said, watching from Canton, and always so grateful for your coverage. There's no choice at your table. I just got a cat eye manicure too. Thank you, Nancy. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys have been snooping. You guys have been snooping on the Claire Gravel case. I like it. Thank you, Sharon, for your Venmo. Says Mercury retrograde stinks. I love you with all of my heart. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen that article, maybe we could read it because we got some time. This was shorter than we thought it was going to be. And Betsy, thank you. Says, what a bunch of a-holes. Love you. I love you more, Betsy. I love you more. Thank you so much for your 20. You guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And Jay Scarlotta, thanks. Mel, I sent an email. Can you see if I am blocked? Iceman cometh. Okay. I mean, I will. I usually can't stop the stream and do it, but you know, you sent me a super chat, and also I'll see what I can do. All right, you are all set. Guide your actions accordingly. And thank you for your super chat. Brenda says O'Shea is retiring and gave it to another judge. Well, he didn't give it to another judge, but the head judge in charge ordered that it be Judge Gilday, and we did see him today. Thank you very much. Only registered media are allowed to stream. Thank you very much. That was earlier, I think, in the day. That was about a half an hour ago. And so I didn't do it because I didn't want to break the rules. I love you with all of my heart, 2V Caser, for 18 whole months. And thanks, Ozzy Jules, for becoming a member. You're awesome. Heart full of love says, gifted a membership. Thank you so much. Catherine says, I think there isn't enough money in the Commonwealth to make things right for Karen Read. We all wish her a successful defense. Thank you. I mean, I'm sure she would thank you. Listen, they're going to have a really hard time in the O'Keefe versus Reed case proving that John O'Keefe was hit by a car. They just are. Science and medicine. Will Karen Read have as tough a time proving that her civil rights were violated in her lawsuit against the House defendants and the law enforcement defendants? I don't think so, because everything that has been brought out in that lawsuit, and if you haven't watched it, I did a whole stream going over the lawsuit of Karen Read versus everyone. Everything in that lawsuit has already been testified to at trial. It's sworn testimony, right? And I've been saying, how much would somebody have to pay you in order to go through what Karen Read has had to go through for the last almost 4 years? She lost everything. Thanks for being here, Catherine, for a year. Kay Anderson, what do we think the sigil should be for House defendants like in Game of Thrones? I haven't really watched Game of Thrones, but you can have anyone in the chat who wants to answer this question. Just tag Kay Anderson and say what you think the sigil should be for the House of Defendants like in the Game of Thrones. And we'll take suggestions. Thank you for your super chat. Gen X, thanks for your super sticker. And let's get back to this and look at the statute that Brian Walsh pled guilty to for the disposal of a body. All right, let's see. MGL 27271. Okay, here it is. This is what he was charged with, and this is what he pled guilty to, and we're going to look at the statute together. This is Massachusetts General Law, Section 71. And this is, we're pivoting over to Brian Walsh. Section 71, disinterring bodies. And this is what the statute says. Whoever, not being lawfully authorized by the proper authorities, willfully digs up, disinters, removes, or conveys away a human body or the remains thereof, or knowingly aids in such disinterment, removal, or conveying away, and whoever is accessory thereto, either before or after the fact, shall be punished by imprisonment in the state prison for not more than 3 years, or in jail for not more than 2.5 years, or by a fine of not more than $4,000. Well, here it is. He did admit in open court that he did convey away the remains of Anna Walsh's body. He admitted that in open court, right? And so your question is, while we wait, can you read the Massachusetts disinterment statute? It doesn't say dead. Thus, I don't think Brian admitted that Anna is dead. Well, I think that it's inferred, though, isn't it? Because taking a body and bringing it somewhere it didn't want to be would be a kidnapping. And the statute, I'm just going to look up the legal definition of disinterring for you to make it even more clear. Disinterring says dig up something that has been buried, especially a corpse. And I'm sure that somewhere in here there is a definition of disinterring. Disinter, hold on. And it takes us right back to this statute. So let's just take a look here. Crimes against chastity, morality, decency, and good order. Section 71. Section 70 is taking dead body on process or execution, and then disinterring bodies, and then buying, selling, or possessing dead bodies. So it's in the entire like dead body section. And so he did admit in open court that he did remove her remains. And so I do think that that is what he agreed to. So many people did not think that Anna was dead at all, but it seems to have been admitted by Brian Walsh that she is indeed dead. Now, I saw some other stuff out there on the interwebs, people who titled their streams such things as, and this is like mainstream media, Brian Walsh admits to chopping up his wife. No, that's not what he admitted to. He admitted to, as we just read, moving the remains, moving them. He did not admit to chopping up. Am I right? Or am I right? And so when you see these titles out there in mainstream media, don't buy it, because that's, and he said, right. And the judge, they talked about the statement where he said he was married and it was corrected to no longer married. So, I mean, he's admitting that she is deceased. Disinterred does not equal dismember, correct. And, but also, as you read from the language of that statute, it says or remains. So remains can be parts of a body, but he never admitted once that he's the one who actually dismembered, if they're going to be able to prove that the body was dismembered, right? No, he's not admitting to digging her out of the ground. He is admitting to moving. Here's what the statute says. Dig up, disinter, removes or conveys away a human body or the remains. So he could say that he moved them. He conveyed them away. He took them out of the place where they were and brought them to somewhere else. Maybe the dumpster. We don't know, because her body and her body parts were not found in the dumpster. What was found in the dumpster was a rug that they say used to be in the family room, a Tyvek suit, hacksaw, I think a hammer, and they found some jewelry of hers too, and her COVID vax card. I can't wait to hear what his defense is going to be. Like, it wasn't me, then who was it? Right? Very interesting. So what he pled guilty to was not digging up the body, not chopping up the body. He admitted to conveying away the remains, removing or conveying away the remains. It's going to be interesting. December 1st, that's when it's going to happen. Yeah, the whole Dexter thing, I don't know. This is so crazy. It's so crazy. So thank you, Mavka, for your super chat. And we read the statute together. And Jen X said, I may have removed my super sticker by accident, so sending you again just in case. Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you for your 5. And Haynes became a member. Welcome. I think you're going to like it here. Gigi said, Melanie, can you please ask your snarky A where my damn remote is? I can't, but you can ask yours and see what he says back to you and report back to me. Thank you very much, Gigi. It's all the way across the room because you won't hear it anyway, even if I do. But I'm telling you, it's whack. Wasn't there a form saying that service was complete in the Karen Reed lawsuit? No, I didn't see an affidavit of service saying that it was complete. What I saw was not a House defendant. Excellent name, by the way. What I saw was a civil cover sheet that had an attorney's name under all the House defendants and was the same attorney for all of them. And so instead of having the House defendants' addresses, it had the address of this attorney. And my guess to you was that was the attorney who was going to accept service for those House defendants. And we have been told by Mark Diller during the Zoom conference that I could watch, but you couldn't unless you too logged into the Zoom, that he's been in touch with all of the attorneys for all of the House defendants and the defendants in the law enforcement defendants as well. I do have a Brian Walsh filing here also that people want explained. So let's pull that up as well. It's only 2 pages. Give me a moment. So that we can look at it. I don't want it in screenshot form. I want it in actual downloadable form. So just give me a second while I find it. Thank you, Cherie, for sending me a downloadable version of this. I appreciate you all the way in the down under. All right, let's take a look at this. This is the Commonwealth's motion for protective order regarding information related to pending investigation or, hold on a second. One second. I have to fill the dead air. So do you want me to sing to you? No, you definitely do not want me to sing to you. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Cherie. This is filing in Brian Walsh. I think it was filed yesterday. Commonwealth's motion for protective order regarding information related to pending Division of Investigative Services investigation. Okay. The Commonwealth moves pursuant to Massachusetts Rule of Criminal Procedure 14.2G that dissemination of information related to a pending Division of Investigative Services investigation involving Massachusetts State Police troopers be restricted. I don't know what that means, but there's apparently some sort of pending investigation against involving Massachusetts State Police troopers. It would be foolish of me to try and guess about what troopers are being investigated. But what I do want to do is look up who exactly the Division of Investigative Services is. Hold on. Because that's not the Post Commission. All right, well, it says the Investigative Services Division investigates fraud in public benefit programs like mass health, ensuring benefits reach those who need them. Yeah, but if it was IA, if it was internal affairs, it would say internal affairs, right? So the Bureau, the Division of Investigative Services says the term Division of Investigative Services in Massachusetts is most accurately represented by the Bureau of Special Investigations, the BSI, which investigates fraud in public benefit programs, and the state police detective units, which handle major crimes across the Commonwealth. So are they investigating some of these troopers for fraud? I mean, could that be it? I don't know. And we don't know who they are. But, Larry Tipton wants every stone unturned and wants to put in all the evidence about how bad these guys are who did the investigation into the murder of Anna Walsh. Under Massachusetts law, all items and information favorable to the defendant within the possession, custody, or control of the prosecutor, prosecuting office, or prosecution team must be disclosed. And this is the Commonwealth's filing. So apparently they know their Brady obligations. Under Massachusetts Rule of Criminal Procedure 14.2G, upon a sufficient showing, the judge may at any time order that the discovery or inspection be denied, restricted, or deferred, or make such other order as is appropriate. The judge may alter the time requirements of Rules 14, 14.1, or 14.2. The judge may, for cause shown, grant discovery to a defendant on the condition that the material be discovered, or the material to be discovered, be available only to counsel for the defendant. This provision does not alter the allocation of the burden of proof with regard to the matter at issue, including privilege. The issuance of a protective order is in the inherent authority of the issuing court, and protective orders serve to shield litigants and third parties from unwarranted disclosures and, as a practical matter, to facilitate the discovery necessary for a trial. Where the investigation is incomplete and no findings have been made that the Commonwealth is aware of, a protective, I guess it should say protective order, is appropriate at this time. Accordingly, there is good cause to limit dissemination to one copy, that further copying be prohibited, that the materials be shown but not provided to the defendant, and that the materials are not otherwise disseminated outside the criminal case. And they both agreed to it. So Greg Conner signed it, Larry Tipton signed it. That was from the 18th. And what's today? The 21st. But this just, I guess, I don't know, got scanned in today, or it's making the public rounds today. So it seems like the Commonwealth has turned this stuff over to the defense in the Brian Walsh case. Information related to a pending Division of Investigative Services investigation involving Massachusetts State Police troopers. We're not going to know what it is. We're not going to know who they're investigating. We're not going to know what alleged fraud it is that they're investigating. But Larry Tipton does, but it's going to be protected and we're not going to be able to see it. So there's that. So there's that. The remains could be hair, blood, DNA. Still married. Could be Mafka, but I'm pretty sure that during that hearing, he did admit Walsh was no longer among the living. Right? Is it me? Mrs. Parks is in the house with a $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Mrs. Parks. So many thoughts. Not shocked about the House defendants wanting to join the O'Keefes. What's the saying? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Yeah, that is the saying. Also, the enemy of my enemy is my friend is another good one. House defendants must be losing their shit. My 2 cents. Also, huge congrats on 130K. Thank you so much. Happy for you to have your kiddos home. Yeah, it's good to have the kids home for Thanksgiving, right? You know, if you have college kids, you just count the days until they come home, and then they come home and then they just start ignoring you by day 2. But you know what? It's fun. It's fun. I'm just kidding. My kids never ignore me. They love hanging out with me. I'm the coolest mom ever, except for Mrs. Parks. She's a cooler mom probably than I am. Thank you so much for your super generous super chat. I love you with all of my heart. And I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving with your kiddos home as well. M11969 says, try using hold music for moments you're looking for something. It saves your voice and no dead air. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you guys in the chat, can you tell me how often there's dead air on my channel? Hardly ever, like rarely, like actually rarely. Thanks for your 5. I'll happily accept it. But here's some background music that is available through StreamYard. Let's hear it. Can you hear it? That is called acoustic cinematic. Here's daydreaming. Pretty much never. Right. Here's Into Space. Oh, this one's called Feeding the Ducks. Feeding the Ducks. And I guess they're okay. I guess I won't get demonetized because they're through StreamYard. But yeah, there's rarely dead air. You know, if that's what the people want, then that's what I'll give to the people. But yeah, let's not do that. Says Mrs. Parks is like, I vote for dead air, which we hardly have any of. Some people wish I would stop talking. They wish I would stop talking. I don't like hold music either. I find it very annoying, incredibly annoying. And so I wouldn't do that to you guys. Just know that if I'm ever muted, I will come back to you. I will come back to you. Chrissy, can I read this? Can I read this aloud to the class? Some background information Chrissy the Crone sent on Jerry Verrett. I don't want to read it to the class unless you say it's okay. He's one of the third-party culprits. in the John Kerry case for the murder of Claire Gravel. No music. I know. I wish I could play real music. The only real music I can play for you is Paris Ray and the Crush, which many of you love. So I do that only because one of my kids is in the band, so I can't get copyright stricken. I know it was just a suggestion. I love your suggestion. I love your suggestion. I'm not making fun of you at all. I appreciate your super chat, but we had to take a vote on it. I can always put Paris Ray and the Crush on for that. Christy Reynolds says, I always enjoy my time with Melanie in the chat. Oh, thank you. Classical music says no copyright there. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it, UK Anton. But Christy Reynolds says, always enjoy my time with Melanie in the chat. Yeah, if any of you were from Salem and you know who this guy, this cop, Jerry Verrett was, did you also find him creepy? Were you told to stay away from him? I don't know. I have so many questions. Oh, and you guys are watching Goliath. I love that for you. Rachel O'Donnell's watching Goliath. Awesome, isn't it? I love it too. And Murdoch. Is anybody watching the Hulu Murdoch series? Anybody watch the season finale was last night. And it was good. It was good. What do you think? Did anybody watch it? Am I the only one? Team Brittany, what did you think? I don't want to spoil it for anyone, so no spoilers. So the season finale was last night. It was good. I think the acting was great. The actor who plays Paul, I thought was really good, because as an actor, it's really, really hard to make an unsympathetic character sympathetic. And I think that young actor did such an amazing job with that. What do you think? And of course, Patricia Arquette nails everything that she's in. And Jason Clarke, also amazing. But you know what really makes me mad about Hulu is the damn commercials. Like, I'm paying $20 a month for Hulu and I got to watch the damn commercials now. And it's the same damn commercials all in a row every single time. It's really annoying. How much more do I have to pay Hulu to give me no commercials? Probably a lot. Yes, Your Honor with Bryan Cranston was also amazing. We do know what happens. That's hilarious. Thanks, Robin. Your Honor is also good. I did watch that. I love Bryan Cranston. M. Bibbs is like, that's funny. No spoilers. Don't we know what happened? Yeah, but we do know what happened. But the ending like shows from the point of view what happened. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's still watching it. And Saving the Ducks is apropos. It's actually Feeding the Ducks, not a House Defendant. Yeah. Thanks for your super chat. New username, Dead Air. Dead Air. No, I did not watch the podcast. And look at this. Kraft Haskell has lost his or her entire whole Friday because they started watching the morning show. It's amazing, isn't it? It's so good. Start from season 1, though. Season 1 is like, it pulls like from the Today Show scandal with Matt Lauer, and Steve Carell is in it, season 1, and he's so good. And of course, John Hamm is in seasons 3 and 4. I think it's 4 that just ended, right? And John Hamm is my favorite, absolute favorite. I love John Hamm. Yeah, these commercials are annoying me. They're totally annoying me. J.E. Walsh 7 says, Hulu money, we can't live this way with commercials. It's obscene. I agree. What do we do about it? How can we fix it? How can we fix it? Gen X 1968. I'll allow it. John Hamm is hot. He's totally hot. But people say he's a bad guy. Kelly, I can see you. I can see you, Kelly. So good. So good. All right. I don't know. Did you guys read the Kelsey Fitzsimmons reply brief? I don't want to do it right now. I mean, I could take a break and then do it, or we could do it like another day over the weekend. If everyone's already been through it, it's basically more of the same. It's like the Commonwealth doubling down on keeping Kelsey in jail, which is repulsive to me, but you know, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. And it's gross. So I think I may need a little break before we do that. How's everybody? How's everybody? All right. Make sure that you have your subscription is active. It is free. Just hit the subscribe button. YouTube is weird. It's been unsubscribing people, and we don't like that. And it happens. Make sure you still subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications enabled, because if you don't have your notifications enabled, then you're not going to know when I go live, and then you're going to miss it. And make sure you also have your notifications enabled on your phone, because if you don't have them enabled on your phone, then you're not going to get it either. And then it's also going to suck for you. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you do all the things. Thank the moderators. We love them. I will let Paris Ray and the Crush play us out because I know you want them to. Hang on just one second. I thought there was a new video. Tell me what song you want to hear and I'll put it on for you, because I know many of you are very, very big Paris Ray and the Crush fans. I'll halal it. That says another case in Fitchburg, Mass, with a corrupt cop who's SA'd kids and everyone knew. He's finally charged and is out on personal recognizance, but Kelsey's still in jail. WTF. Gross. Gross. What's his name? Email it to me. Repulsive. Thanks for your 10. And Rhonda says, what is the name of Murdoch Netflix special? It's I only found an 8 episode. It's 8 episodes. The one I'm talking about is on Hulu. It's called Murdoch. Just type Murdoch in and you'll find it. It's on Hulu. I haven't watched anyone. I haven't watched one on Netflix, so I don't know. If anybody knows, tag Rhonda in the chat. You want Big Bang? Let's do Big Bang. Okay. All right. I'll allow it. Here's Big Bang. This is Paris Ray and the Crush. And this is the lyric video of Big Bang. And please go follow them on all social media. Tell them Mom sent you. Because, you know, I have a big platform. And if I wasn't promoting my own kids' music, what's the point of even having a platform? You would do the same thing too. If it was your kid, I know you would. And that's why I love each and every one of you. Peace out, you guys. I'm going to see you real soon.
New York had an earthquake, a whopping 4.8 of magnitude. Just 4 lines in friction, but it got me thinking how I didn't know what to do. This lack of preparedness is making me anxious, so what else is new? A solar eclipse or the apocalypse, and I still wouldn't turn on the news, 'cause que sera, sera. Just do whatever you want. If today is our last day, I hope we go out with a bang, 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 bang. There's wildfires up north and they turn the sky orange. The whole thing looks like something from a movie. Felt like we were doomed. We just all carried on with our lives. Not sure what to do when you're feeling like Truman and nothing seems real. Don't know what it says if bracing for the end is the most human I ever feel. 'Cause que sera, sera. Just do whatever you want. If today is our last day, I hope we go out with it. I was born in the desert, baby, came a few months early. Somebody gave me a chance, like it was all part of some plan. 2, 3, then my parents picked me up from the woman who made me. Cried in the hospital and swore they raised me good, give me everything they could. Well, they kept the promise, flew me all the way to New York, where I grew up having everything I wanted and more. Couldn't shake the feeling maybe I was meant for something great. My mom told me all my life how much she prayed for me, so I felt like I was born to fill a prophecy. But it ain't not everything that I'm supposed to be. Go to waste. Now I'm a washed up, burnt out, gifted kid, just another shoulda, woulda, coulda been. Golden girl, worst pain in metal, wasted on wasted potential. When you're famous, don't forget about us. I'm not even a has-been, no, I never was. I take living on a plateau, over living in my own shadow. I was born in the desert, baby, was a long road, but I didn't let it make me cold. No, I was always told that I didn't get here accidentally. No, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So when I met that boy, it felt like destiny. The universe wouldn't let me down, but I'm in great shape for believing when he said that he didn't mean it and he'll never do it again. Yes, the destiny was a hospital bed. If Arizona could just see me now, I was supposed to make everyone proud. Now I'm a washed up, burnt out, gifted kid, just another shoulda, woulda, coulda been. Golden girl was painted metal, wasted on wasted potential. When you're famous, don't forget about us. I'm not even a has-been, cause I never was. I take living on a plateau, over living in my own shadow. I was born in the desert, baby. Why the hell would anybody save me? 'Cause I'm a washed up, burnt out, gifted kid, just another shoulda, woulda, coulda been. Golden girl, painted metal, wasted on her own potential. When you're famous, don't forget about us. I'm not even a has-been, cause I never was. I'm secret on